Miss Rogers, I'm sorry I'm late to school today.
Connor, are you limping?
Yeah, we got into a bit of a car crash on the way to school today.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
I mean, my leg hurts really bad.
Why are you here? You need to go to a hospital.
Well, my mom said there was no reason for me to be sitting at a hospital when I could be at school learning.
I don't think she realized how injured you are. I'm gonna go ahead and call her. Why don't you just go sit down, rest? I got this. Hey, Miss Johnson, this is Connor's teacher. Hi, can we please speed whatever this is up? I have to get my car repaired. What did Connor do?
Yeah, I heard about the accident. I'm so sorry about that, and I'm sure it's been a crazy morning, but I think Connor may really be injured.
Is he breathing?
Yeah?
Is he bleeding uncontrollably?
No, ma'am.
Bodily fluids oozing onto school materials?
No.
Cool, so Connor can grow up, stop being a baby who's just a scratch, and you can go back to doing your job. Bye. Hey, Miss Smith's gonna watch you for 2 seconds. I need to run to the office and make a call. Miss Rogers, this is a letter from our attorney. We're gonna be pressing charges and suing you for assault. Excuse me, what is going on? You assaulted my daughter, Jessica. When? And you don't even remember. At the basketball game last Friday. I still have no idea what you're talking about. You took shears to our daughter's fingers! Are you talking about how I said that her nails were too long and that she needed to cut them in order to cheer at the game? And then she needed help with that? You just admitted you took shears to our daughter's fingers. Nothing happened to her fingers. Her nails were just trimmed. We paid good money for that manicure. Well, for cheerleading, it's a safety hazard for someone to have long nails and stunt, and she had a choice. Sit out or cut your nails. You should have never put your hands on our daughter. Again, she asked for help so she could cheer. No, you're done, okay? I'm suing you for assault, and I'm gonna make sure you get fired. I don't get paid enough.
One of the most dangerous animals in Africa are actually hippos.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they're scary.
They are. They're crazy.
They're wild. They sprint underwater.
They can move 30 miles an hour on land. Like
That's
it's
crazy.
like Usain Bolt, the fastest Olympic sprinter, I believe, can go 27 miles an hour. So at a full speed gallop, a hippo, it looks like a VW bus.
Oh my
Can
God.
move 30 miles an hour. We spoofed one. It came out of the bushes in Africa, and it was just like, is it going to charge us? Are we going to die? and luckily we just kind of sat down, and it just decided it got bored and just kind of.
Really? Because they can be very territorial. That's so scary. There are not many things that in this world that scare me that should. Like a lion, I'd be like, oh my God, baby, your cat. I love cats. If not friend, why friend shape?
Exactly.
A hippo? Oh, I'm gone.
Story time! I caught a student cheating on a test. He tried to convince me that I didn't see what I clearly saw. His parents also tried to convince me that I didn't see what I clearly saw. It was just a big mess. School chalked it up to a big misunderstanding, gave the kid a warning. A few weeks later on our next test, I again caught the kid cheating. He came into my planning period threatening me, saying if I reported him, I'd be sorry. He then threw everything that was on my desk on the floor. Still wrote him up for cheating. Parents tried to gaslight me again, and when the school didn't back down this time, they were irate. That weekend I went out of town and got a notification from my security system that someone broke into my house. My doorbell camera caught the intruders holding a photo of me as they approached my house. It was my school yearbook photo, just bigger. It also filmed them leaving the house. And captured the audio of them on the phone telling whoever was on the other line, sorry boss, she's not here. Knowing the family and their connections to organized crime, you can't convince me they didn't send someone over to scare me, or even worse. I posted about this CPS situation and this lady was like, you're so evil, you must be working with the devil because you're ripping apart families and these aren't your kids and it's none of your business and you're destroying families and ripping them apart and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what? Like, in what world, if CPS is getting involved, would you not want these kids away from parents who are either predators or unfit or like unable to take care of them? Like, this is the hill that you want to die on. I went to her profile. Also, public, she's an ICU nurse with babies.
That's wild.
And did I screenshot those messages and send them to her employer? Because I found her on LinkedIn?
Surprise,
Absolutely.
surprise.
Oh no, are those the consequences of my own actions? Lion King country, how did you deal with staying safe when it comes to predators?
The big thing for that area was to have a fire. So if we had a fire at night, we stayed in as a group.
They stay away.
The lions don't come in. Hyenas are a little more curious. We actually had people watching. And hyenas are crazy because their bite strength is one of the strongest of any animals in animal kingdom.
Really? I didn't know
They
that.
have metal casings. We had cameras like next to watering holes that had like metal boxes for animal protection, and they would like bite the casing, like crunch it and rip the camera out.
Wow.
They're crazy strong jaw. I think it's like 3,000 pounds bite pressures per square
Would you
inch.
say that hyenas are more dangerous than lions
They
then?
can be, because people ignore them less, and so there's been stories where people have been like camping in Africa, and they're out, and then a hyena will come in because they test stuff with their mouth and like rip their face off.
Oh my gosh!
At the school that I had my first year teaching at, in the English pods, or like the giant trailers that have like the 6 classrooms in it, there was a teacher that started getting very sick, and she went to her doctor, and she had black mold in her system.
That's not addressed
And
enough.
literally like in her bloodstream. She got from her doctor, from wherever, the testing kits to see wasn't coming from her house, wasn't coming from her car. She tested it and it was coming from her classroom. And the school literally forced her to sign like all these documents that she couldn't tell people about it. They didn't tell the kids, they didn't tell the other teachers. They never like kept kids from going in there.
Wow.
So this all started happening January. When I left that school at the end of the year, like they still hadn't fixed the problem. They still had kids going in there. I don't even think they ever addressed it with the parents or anything. To this day, they probably still have it in there.
Am I the bad apple for saying my sister can't move in? My sister, 22 female, her boyfriend, let's call him Tom, 24 male, me, 13 female, and my brother, 20 male, are all currently arguing about my sister and her boyfriend moving in. In 2021, my sister moved out and met her boyfriend, and they moved in together under Tom's sister's tenancy. Recently, she hasn't kicked them out, but she did basically say they have a week to get out, and my mom decided to be the mom of the year and asked my sister and her boyfriend if they want to move in here. My brother and I don't want her to move in here. I mean, it's a 3-bedroom house, and me and my brother and my mom all live here in our own rooms. There's no space for her. Well, now they're saying that I have no say in the decision, and I don't think that's fair or right.
I just had the weirdest interaction on this plane. So I'm sitting in an exit row and there is only one seat in front of me. There is no chair blocking the exit door. The lady assigned to the seat next to me walks up and asks me why there is no chair in front of her. Mom, I don't work here. She then reaches in front of me to where my seat tray should, but she just starts flailing her wrist around trying to use my tray to hold her stuff until she realizes my seat doesn't have a tray. She then tells me to hold her stuff. Okay, sure. And before we took off, she made eye contact with me as she stuffed her trash in my area for my seat, positioned her arm over my side of the armrest, stuck her knee in my leg area, and fell asleep for the rest of the flight. This was odd, right?
You won't be the YouTube family.
No, I don't
I think
like
I'll be the
that.
YouTube family. I think I would do that, but
I did an event in another state, and it was at an outdoor bar. It started very late. It started at like 8:30. And I'll never forget that around 9:30, 10 o'clock, this YouTube family pulled up, and they had their kids, and they were at a theme park all day, that they drove an hour from the theme park to the event because they wanted to get the kids' photos with all these big creators for their social media pages. And these kids looked exhausted. I kid you not, they were falling asleep on the floor in the corner of this outdoor bar gazebo that we were in. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, not for me.
Miss Rogers, I'm calling you out on your racism. Racism? I'm so sorry. Did I say something offensive in class or something? You don't even have to say anything. Your decorations say it all. Oh my gosh, I wasn't aware that any of my decorations were offensive. I'm so sorry if that's not the case. Could you let me know which ones so I can take care of it? That stupid incorrect poster of Dr. King, for starters. My what? That whitewashed poster of Dr. Martin Luther King is showing him as some white dude? Are you referring to my Martin Luther poster? What else would I be talking about? Oh, Connor, I'm so sorry. I think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding. This is Martin Luther. He's from the Protestant Reformation. Seriously? You're trying to make up a whole new person to take the place of Dr. Martin Luther King? Wait till my mom hears about this. Hey, Miss Rogers, did you know I'm a drug dealer? Emily, why would you say something like that? We just learned about drugs in our assembly. The principal said that we should just say no. And I raised my hand and I said I would never let a stranger give me any of that crap. Which is a good stance to have. But then the principal said it doesn't actually work like that. Like, there's no strangers walking around the street just passing out drugs. He said it would be more like a friend passing out gum and being like, hey, you guys want a piece? That's actually a really good way to illustrate it for kids, okay? And then the principal asked, okay, who here took come from a friend? And everyone raised their hands except